What is an addict? Can you be an addict if you've never been drunk? Never even felt the burn of alcohol down your throat? Can you be an addict if you've never smoked a joint or a cigarette? What about a sex addict? Can you be a sex addict if you've never had sex? Pornography, masturbation, sexting, and webcamming, all of the above and more, but sans the sex? I'm learning the art of vulnerability isn't a one-hit wonder. It must be replayed and revisited over and over, turning what's hidden and secret inside out, never letting the sun set on your shame. I used to think I had nothing in common working with teen addicts in recovery. Turns out I was wrong. I'm way worse. Connected to somebody. Those are the 3 words that would form on my screen, confirming a connection in the loosest sense of the word. For the next 5 or 10 or 50 minutes, we would sit and chat and say PG-13 things that inevitably turn R. Things that I've never fathomed saying as a lonely little kid. Connected to somebody. How I wish those 3 words could be so simple and so true. I have a fantasy addiction. I'm not sure there is such a thing or if it goes by another name, but it's what I am. I go online and I connect with someone and I pretend to be someone I'm not. I live out the elaborate schemes in my imagination and I convince the connected to go along, do my bidding. I'm an amazing manipulator of others and of my own desperate heart. Truth is, I like pretending to be someone else. The power this facade gives me, the control, the ability to get what I want as I want it and discard people at will, all without having to leave my bedroom. These last few years, I've used and abused dozens of guys the world over. Actual humans with actual lives and hopes and dreams and equally desperate hearts beating beyond my own glowing screen. Over and over, I've taken from them what I've craved all my life, only to click next, abandoning them again and again, and this plunge of morphine is never enough. For 3 decades, I've never been enough, never strong enough, never athletic or manly enough, never worth befriending, never worth knowing or even noticing among other men. Never worth childhood sleepovers or birthday parties at the park, never worth cracking a beer with or hitting the gym with, never quite enough for connection, actual, real-life connection with other men. I love my fantasy life because it gives me the enough my real life so often fails to provide. For a fleeting few hours under the cover of night, I am enough, or at least the I that I project, the I that isn't even me. I'm addicted to this other me, and I cannot get enough of this enough. Deeper and darker it takes me, and the irony is that this enough is less a period and more an ellipsis, connecting late nights to early mornings, leaving me with hangovers from another reality. I am an addict, I now realize. A fantasy addict, a sex addict, a human addict, just like all the others. And I'm finally learning firsthand that the opposite of addiction isn't sobriety or healing. It's connection. Genuine, ongoing, unrelenting human connection. Vulnerability isn't a one-hit wonder, it's the entire discography, played start to finish, over and over, when you feel like playing it, and more especially when you do not. The story doesn't end on the first note, the first peak of vulnerability. It's lived out and sung in the valleys below and the faraway hills still to be scaled. True vulnerability knows no end. My name is Tom, and I'm an addict. But that's not the end of my story.